your timeline in anything that you do, whether it's starting a new YouTube channel, whether it's starting a credit repair journey. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am America's leading expert in credit repair. That's a fact. Well, the people that I learned credit repair were the founders of the Fair Credit Reporting Act in terms of every single metric you can calculate a best credit repair specialist. I meet that criteria. This isn't to brag, but this is just to show you what I do as a professional. Yeah. The boring side of my life, to which it's very mundane working on credit, but it's also the best part of my life because it's a way that I could really help people. And not just by credit, I can also help change your mindset. So videos like this are designed to help you understand important things. I'm drinking my Shilajit right out of the fucking thing. I know it looks dirty, but it's not dirty. Well, actually, literally it is dirty because this is like dirt, right? Minerals from the mountaintops. Well, this is like what you need to be on. Anyway, let's get into the video. Timelines of everything. So let me give you some examples of goals that people have. Fitness goals is one. We're still in like the first month of 2026. And a lot of you guys have already given up on your goals. Fitness is one goal, but there's also business goals. Like, let's just say you started up a YouTube channel. Like, I also share with people how to start up a YouTube channel. Like, my channel right here is a living proof that I have made it a success. I've uploaded 2,000 videos. I've have over a million views, and I've made a lot of money. This channel has made me $500,000 already, right? So maybe the views aren't so good because my channel is niche. It generates income, right? And it gives me high ticket clients. So I'm very pleased. But of course, I want to broaden the scope of my channel, which is why I'm making content like this. But anyway, let's go back to timelines. You could do a search. What's the average time to fix your credit? What's the average time to fix to get a six-pack? What's the average this? What's the average this? You could be flustered and just dwell into the average time of things. But what you really got to think is, you're still being impatient with yourself, right? The most successful people are the most patient ones because the people that are most fit, you got to look at it from this perspective. They're still training. Right? Now, if you think, how long is it going to take me to get abs or do this or do that? Your brain is trying to crunch everything and condense everything into a small time to make you think that it's going to be done and then it's done forever. No, it's every day. So if you think about it, no matter what you're trying to do, just have the lifelong goal to do whatever it is that you do. The lifelong commitment to fitness, your finance, your credit, your relationships. Instead of how quickly can I get this done in 30 to 60 days or 90? Yeah, that's good. But what I see here is most people, they look at the time frame. Oh, it's going to take 6 months. Oh, and they scratch their head like, that's too long. Let me try to find something quicker or easier. It doesn't work that way, right? What you should do whenever you try to, force things to be done so quickly. And this is for underachievers wanting to be high performers. High performers are really good at managing their goals. And they can say, I'm going to get this done in 2 weeks, and they do it. But if you're failing at, managing and keeping up with your goals, you need to change your mindset. It is your mindset that's fucking you up. So what you do is this. Instead of saying, I'm going to make a 30-day goal, you say, I'm going to make a lifelong goal, and it's going to take as long as it takes. Yeah, you can try to hit some numbers in 30, 60, 90 days. But what my point is, you have to make the lifelong commitment. Stop trying to get things done in 30, 60 days. Like if you're waiting for the summer. Now people are going to like, oh, I'm going to get my beach bod. Well, dude, summer comes every fucking year. So why don't you permanently commit to yourself? And that is going to make you have the beach body all year long, right? And it's going to also keep your age. You're going to age well, and you're going to be more fit. You're going to be more healthy. Because how to get a six-pack? Number one is your diet and also your sleep And then your fitness regimen. Everyone has abdominal muscles, but it's just the visceral fat, subcutaneous fat, and then the bloatedness of your organs that really destroy that nice those abs. So that's what you got to focus on. It's three things: sleep. So it's a lifestyle. It's a permanent change. So if you only focus on the fitness side, you're missing the whole point. It's a complete self-focus of sleep. How can you go to sleep if you're not mentally there? Right? If you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of built up anger, a lot of rage, a lot of problems, like your mental health is not going to be good. That's going to affect your sleep. Also, your physicality. If you're eating unhealthily or eating at the wrong times, you're not going to get good sleep because your body's still digesting and filtering out all that bullshit, right? So it comes full circle. So lengthen the time frame. Get some balls. Instead of saying I'm going to do this for 30, 60, 90 days, like people that join my credit and then they just bail. Like if you quit my program, you are a quitter. Why? Because I'm the best. I do better work than Dispute Beast because, one, I'm a human and Dispute Beast has no human intervention. It's just fucking bot. And Harvard studies, like ones I've mentioned in videos, are terrible for legal right now. AI is not at the point where it's going to replace humans. I'm sorry. And all these AI chatbots generate Unicodes that really give red flags to the bureaus, right? So there's that. Anyway, I've made videos on this. The point is, if you quit great programs, it makes you a quitter. If you go to a gym and you quit the gym, it makes you the quitter, not the gym. The gym's still turning over business, still open. You quit yourself, right? Food still exists, but it's you that failed with the diet, right? It's not the food. Don't blame the food. Don't blame Big Pharma. Don't blame the shopping centers that sell the food. Blame you. You're the one that bought it. Stop blaming everybody but yourself, right? If you dropped out of the program, that's on you. So commit to yourself. Get some balls and say, this is going to be a lifelong time frame, right? Because you're going to sabotage your success if you are guaranteed something and not this amount of time, especially when you're failing, right? So just say it's going to take as long as it takes. If it takes 30 days, good. You'll actually perform better when you broaden and lengthen the time frame because you'll be more committed every day and patient with yourself, right? Instead of rushing where you spike up and then you're not even prepared of the pullback. Like when you recover, you go really, really hard when you train and then boom, you feel you have to experience the total opposite of that, which is the crash. You're not prepared for the crash because you don't have terminal velocity. You don't have a reputation of soaring up. So if you're just starting a new goal, new habit, you got to be careful of the drawback because that's gravity, right? If you can't even lift your ass up in the morning, don't think you just go to the gym once and then like go further. You have to train for that. And so the best thing to do is incrementally get there, right? And the impatient part of your brain is like, well, it takes too long. Well, guess what? If you're bothered by how long it takes, you're never going to go out and do it because you're like, it takes too long and you give up. And then you're going to feel like shit. Whereas right now you could feel good knowing you have grasped that this is a lifelong promise that you made. You committed to this and eventually you will get it. And time is irrelevant. Why? Because as you manage the stress, when you make that lifelong committed action and saying, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, you've now changed your mind to think bigger and longer, which will help you live longer because you're training your mind and body to live longer instead of rushing and then you live shorter. When you rush things, you're giving yourself stress and you're training your brain that you're going to live for a short life, a short fuse. So if you want to live longer and feel better with yourself now, lengthen the time frame, but be consistent every single day. And then you will accept yourself and be happy and be grateful that you're doing and committing to your goals. And you're going to be on your purpose. And this will stop you from comparing yourself to others because it's your lifelong journey. And then when you get there, you'll feel even more better because then it's not a chore. right? So this is just some mindset to open your mind to experiment with, right? It's the mind that controls the body. I'll see you on the next one.